Good afternoon, Chuck here at Garden Spot Acres. Welcome back to video 14 in our tiny house log cabin build. Well, you saw a minute ago that we got our sheathing all on the roof. Now we're going to work on the facial boards here and the face boards up here on the gable ends. I still have to cut off that ridge board up there. And we're also going to be putting on our insulation up on the roof. Hope you enjoy the video. We're going to start on this back gable end here, putting our face board on. Remember your pivot point and common rafters, 6 pitch, 6/12. Line it right up with the edge of your board that you're working on. Hold it tight. Had to be windy out here today, and it's really windy. Can't wait to try to put that insulation on the roof. Yeah, it was 92.25. Yeah, oh, look at that. I'm off the board again. Let's grab our scrap piece. That's why I didn't want to put this face board on here before I had my sheathing on. One-handed, I'm able to hold it up there against the ridge board up there and just angle it in with my hand, tighten it in, and whack it with a nail. Look how nice and tight that is up there. That one just missed. I'm going to leave you for a few minutes while I put the other gable end trim boards up. Now this gable end here can be treated two different ways. You could cut this ridge board flush with the inside of your gable trim, or you can leave it like I did. I'm going to be using metal roofing gable trim, which is going to come down here and pretty much cover, I would say, 80% of this anyways. So you're not going to see much of this gable trim here at all with that metal gable trim that comes down over top of the metal roofing on the ends. So that's just a couple of things, that's just something I wanted to point out. These actually can butt right up against each other, your gable trim, and they can just make the line right here in the center in front of the ridge board. So I decided to do it this way because I'm by myself and I can't really see where I'm going up here to stop this. So I left it this way knowing that the metal trim is going to cover it anyways. Now the next decision we got to make is our fascia board down here. The fascia board is going to go over this like this. One way or the other, you're going to have an end grain showing. Do you want it showing this way, or do you want it showing this way? It probably should have been the other way. Your fascia board, little gap there, see it? I can go ahead and I can cut that out at the, I think it was 26.5 degrees. That's the pitch on a 6/12 roof. About 26.5 or 26.6 degrees, and that would force this up higher so they're no longer even here down at the bottom. Well, I wanted to use 2x6s, and if I do that, this is going to be higher. It'd be up here. I wanted to keep them kind of even like this, so I'm going to do it this way. The more I look at that, I wish I would have overhung this. I would have thought about that before, but I know with the metal roofing it's not going to matter, but it's just going to bug me now. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and cut our fascia board now. 112 3/4 right to here. That's why I put that little extra piece on there, remember? And because I left that short, I gotta put a stop block on now. I decided to make this 113 to overlap that double rafter tail a little bit. Well, really windy out here, and I hope I can put some of this insulation up to waterproof that before the storm tomorrow. But does anybody know what this purple paint is on here? We got a storm coming in all day tomorrow. I'd like to get this covered, but if I can't, I can't. I don't think a ton of water is going to go through, but I'd like to still get it covered. I'm just going to leave it at 8 feet. Okay, the silver side's got to go up, so I got to put the adhesive on the back. Oh, well, flipped it over anyways. Got it there. I think once I get one of these on, it'll be easier to put the next one on. I think I'll cut down my adhesive on the next one. Wish I had longer arms. I'm not a big roof guy. The problem with these sheets are so big I can't reach across them. So I'm going to end up having to cut these down into 2 parts. But now I can reach across these when I'm up there on the roof. But this stuff is slippery. I'm not really wanting stepping on that. A couple little bad spots in these. But that purple was from Home Depot. That's their 70% off stuff. And these are normally $25 a sheet. So I got them for $7.50. And I figured, hey, a little bit of extra time here to tape the seams and to tape a few holes. I'll save the money. I think I'll go a little easier on the adhesive this time. Just got to make sure I put the square edge against the other one. This is where I cut it. Woo! Get back there. I'm gonna go ahead and get this rest of this insulation on before it starts raining. Taping the seams, so it's kind of like a little bit waterproof anyways. And then, next video, we're gonna be doing the gable ends, putting our flashing around our windows. I gotta go order the metal roofing for this. I also have purlins to put on top of this here. We gotta go get some purlins, and that'll be ready for the metal roofing. Hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss the next video. Hit the like button, leave a comment. I appreciate them all. See you on the next one. Have a great day. Bye bye.